What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to TV and Me. I'm of course Kevin, and it's time again for the Walking Dead weekend.
How about you look into Mr. Trevor, call it a day?
Okay.
He's stable, due for another 75 milligrams of clozapine. And tomorrow we'll start fresh.
Sure.
Still at it, huh?
Hey.
Oh fuck, what did she do?
What did you do to him? He was fine until the two of you were alone with him.
It was an accident. Beth left to get some gauze. I was mopping. I must have unplugged the ventilator somehow. It only stopped for a minute. I got it working again.
Dawn, it was an accident. It was an accident.
That's not what happened. He just started seizing.
Seizing? Well, you gave him clonazepam, right?
You said clozapine.
No, I didn't.
Fuck, now I can't remember if he did say that or not.
Beth, we need to deal with Mr. Trevor while he's still alive.
Something tells me he never said that though.
You really think I didn't know?
If you knew, then why did you...
I didn't want to. I had to. A good man's mistakes almost ended everything for us, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let that happen again. Every sacrifice we make needs to be for the greater good. The second it isn't, the second we lose sight of that, it's all over. In here, you are part of a system. The wards keep my officers happy. The happier my officers are, the harder they work to keep us going. There have been compromises, but it's working. And after they rescue us, we're gonna help put the world back together because we're the ones holding on. That's the good we're doing here. But out there, you are nothing except dead or somebody's burden. That's bullshit. Oh yeah? I saw this the night you came in. Is this bullshit too? Some people just aren't meant for this life, and that's okay. As long as they don't take advantage of the ones who are.
So she's sort of creating a place where apparently only the strongest survive. But at the same time she's taking people in to pimp out to her gods.
Dawn needed Trevor for something. I know that's what that was about. Screwed up thing is, she's trapped too.
We're not trapped. I'm going with you.
Basement's the fastest way out. Any noise we got runners.
So we won't make noise.
I can keep an eye on Dawn. She keeps a spare key to the elevator bank somewhere in the office. Think you can find it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Fucking knew it. God damn it. Nothing ever goes straight to plan, does it?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Had to be this cock as well, didn't it?
Dawn was just asking for a key.
Was she now? Maybe she doesn't have to know. Maybe there's another solution. You know? A little win-win for both of us.
Oh fuck, she's still alive. Oh no, she's turning. She's still alive. I forgot what I was watching then. Oh my god.
She's not such a team player. Lucky for me, you're not a fighter.
Wanna bet, bitch? I told you he was gonna die. I was hoping, but you know. Here we go. You would not want to land in all those bodies. That'd be horrific. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why didn't he just do that in the first place? Then they could have both climbed down at the same time. Jesus fucking Christ, that made me jump.
Noah? Noah?
Oh my god, did you have to land face first? Shit, that was that car. I thought I saw the back of that car. The one that took her. That black... The crosses. They are the ones that took her. They were bullshitting her. He's not just leaving her, is he? What is he doing? Oh, dude. She's happy.
He attacked me. Just like he attacked Joan. Just like you let him. You know what's happening here, and you let it happen. You're letting it
So that we make it.
No one's coming, Dawn. No one's coming.
You better listen, bitch. Beth knows what she's talking about.
We're all gonna die, and you let this happen for nothing.
The truth hurts.
Well, that should about do it.
How'd you know Trevitt was a doctor? That's why you had me give him the wrong meds, right? Why you had me kill him? Because if he'd lived,
shit.
there'd be another doctor, and Dawn wouldn't need you. She wouldn't protect you.
That's why he did it.
They would have kicked me out. Maybe Gorman. Maybe he would have killed me. I didn't have a choice.
Use everything you can use.
Oh, I mean, that guy, that doctor, he seems like an okay person. He doesn't seem like an evil man, but I mean, I understand where he's coming from and why he would do something like that, but blaming it, getting like Beth full shit, Beth ain't taking it easily. So Carol. God damn, so Carol isn't with Daryl. There we have it, episode 4, and this was a much slower episode than what we've been accustomed to in the last 2 or 3 episodes, because they were pretty much balls to the wall, whereas this one, it was a bit slower, which I understand why they did. I mean, we had to learn where Beth had been. I've got to say straight off the bat, I'm glad that she's not in any immediate danger. I mean, she's being held against her will, and there was, you know, I feel that guy was a rapist, and despite that, she is in a somewhat safe place at the moment. There's nobody torturing her, there's nobody trying to eat her. I mean, there's nobody trying to rape her anymore, as far as I'm aware. Maybe he was the only rapist, maybe he wasn't. I'm actually just trying to wrap my head around about what's going on with this place, and maybe you can clear it up in the comments section, but from what I take away from this, basically this hospital is back in Atlanta, the same place Rick was in the very first episode. Is it the same hospital? I don't know. I can't remember if they actually named that hospital, or whether, you know, there's 2 different hospitals in Atlanta, because I'm not very familiar with the geography of the place. But, so, if it is a separate hospital, let's just work on the assumption it's a different hospital to Rick. So this is another hospital in Atlanta. And basically, when the Walker Apocalypse broke out, this doctor and these police officers, they basically decided to hold up in this place, and there was another guy in charge. and they survived for a certain amount of time, and then this guy that was in charge started, because I think she said the good people make bad things happen or something along those lines. I'm proper paraphrasing there, that's not what she said, but something along the lines of, you know, he was too good and he was causing deaths because he was doing good deeds. So he got taken out of the equation, I'm guessing by Dawn possibly, and then that Dawn took control, and now she runs the place, and she's basically taking people in or saving people, bringing them to the hospital, and then building up that community to make her stronger. And the way she does that, she keeps the people there by bribing them in a way. She says, right, we've saved you, now you owe us. You eat our food, now you owe us. And because of that debt, that makes the people stay and they have to work for them. Now, I'm wondering at this point, because now we've seen those cars with the crosses on the back, that we now know they must be the people that took Beth in the first place. So, did they take Beth because she was just a person they stumbled across? Or did they take Beth because she's female? The reason I bring up her being female is because we saw at one part in this episode that I think it was Dawn that said that she has to keep the men on side, that's basically acting as protection for the hospital. So the way they're doing that is that kidnapping women and then using these women as the officers, you know, sexual toys, their playthings. You know, they get them to work. Dawn gets these girls to work, but they also use them in other ways for their own pleasure, so it keeps the men satisfied on site. It keeps the men from leaving the hospital because they've got everything they want there. I don't know, maybe it is just women, but then again, why did they have that young guy as well? Why was he there? He did explain that he was with his father, and they only took him, the son, because he was weaker than his father, and they saw his father as a threat, so they took him. Basically, I guess because they wanted help around the hospital, somebody, you know, like we saw, doing the laundry and stuff. So maybe they're just taking people in when they have job openings, so to speak. I don't know. It's confusing, but I think I've got the general gist of it. And I've got to say as well, concerning the doctor and the fact he killed off that other doctor, although that was a bit cold and calculated, in this world I've seen a lot worse, and I sort of understand why he did it. But what I don't like is that he set Beth up for a fall. He's the one that said a medicine that was similar to another medicine, just so, you know, she would mix it up and then kill that other doctor. And I bet he also like laid out the medicine he didn't say with the same sort of name, so it was easier for Beth to find, so then she would automatically assume it was that one and then use it to kill the guy. But, you know, it was a bit cowardly. I didn't like that fact that he did it for that reason and he set up Beth. But at the same time, I understand why he would try and kill that doctor in order to save his own life, because the guy was already injured, you know, near death. And to save his own bacon, he thought it was the only way, because these people, if they hadn't kicked him out, maybe they would have killed him, because it was obvious that he held some sort of authority there. And he obviously was not getting on entirely with that Dawn character and the rest of the people, you know. He even said that the reason he keeps his office messy is because Dawn likes to place neat and tidy. So he does it as a sort of way to annoy her. And that young lad as well, I can't remember his name, the guy that was doing the laundry. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. No doubt I'll remember it when I go back to editing, because I'll make myself remember it. But at first he was nice to Beth, you know. He helped her escape, which was big kudos to him. But in that moment where they were escaping and Beth started to get surrounded, he ran off and left her. Now, I don't know whether that's because he didn't see her. He must have seen her because he was behind her at some point, and he just tried to save his own bacon, which I understand. You know, maybe because he had injured his leg, he couldn't go back and save her. But me, myself, I would have gone back to help her. Or maybe even saw the police officers, or the supposed police officers. I'm doing a lot of air quotes today, I apologise for that. But maybe he saw the police officers come in, and then he decided, fuck that, there's no way I'm going to save Beth, so I'm just off. And he left. I mean, he did help her get out that far, so I can't blame him too much. But I would have liked to have seen him gone the whole way and helped her get out entirely. But they caught up with her, they've taken her out, and it's a good job in a way that they did catch her and take her back, because now she has seen Carol. I nearly said Daryl then. Carol has been brought into the hospital. So what's happened to her? Is this all in the same timeline again? Is this the Carol when she was on her own? Or is this the Carol that was with Daryl? And if it was the Carol that was with Daryl when they followed Beth, where is Daryl? How did they both get split up? I mean, we know Daryl went back to where Rick was because we saw him at the end of last episode come out of the bushes, which brings up another question. It can't be Carol with him if it's in the same timeline because she's in the hospital, and it can't be Beth because she's in the hospital. So who is with Daryl? Unless it's the kid that escaped the hospital. It was him. He managed to escape. Maybe he bumped into Daryl, they started chatting, and he discussed how he left this hospital and this girl, Beth, and maybe Daryl locked onto. I was like, hey, I know Beth. So maybe he's brought this kid back to Rick in order to get a group of them together to then go take over the hospital and get Beth back. Who knows? I hope that's what's happening. I hope we've got a rescue operation in progress. I hope Rick and the group are with Daryl, and now they're talking about, and even that kid is with the Rick's group, and he's told him all about Beth and how they're at the hospital and the stuff that goes down there. So interesting episode, I've got to say. Like I say, a bit slower than the ones we've had, all in one location, finding out about where Beth is staying, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, even though, you know, I've got to say I did prefer the previous episodes. But I'm looking forward to finding out what's going to go on with Carol and Beth now, and if it is in fact Daryl and that kid going back to Rick, or whether Daryl's got somebody completely different with him. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out next episode. So until then, thank you for watching, guys and girls. I really appreciate it. And bye-bye. Thank you, guys and girls, for watching The Walking Dead with me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up because it helps me and it helps the channel grow. And also, if you've got any thoughts or theories, remember you can put them in the comments section below. Also, if you want to support me even more than you do now, you can find me on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month you can take part in Patreon polls, or for a bit more you can get early access to my videos. And finally, if you want to keep up to date with the channel and even talk to me, you can find me on Twitter @TVandMeReacts, or you can subscribe.